know that that hurts. So I now have knowledge of what that action does, and I know how whether to use it or not. And that goes with everything I do. So I can see somebody doing something, and I look at it and go, I see what's going on there. Okay, I can see that action creates that reaction that manifests itself into something. So then I turn around and then, using my own knowledge, I go, that's right, that's wrong, he's in the right, he's in the wrong. According to me, absolutely. It's because I'm a free-spirited individual.
Now, if other people in the same society as you use their same faculties as you've used, but come to a different conclusion, is that as valid?
That's society.
Is that as valid? It's subjective.
It's subjective. Yeah.
So there could be someone.
Thank you.
There could be someone who comes to a conclusion. Actually, rapism is that bad. They struggle a little bit. They might shout, but probably they enjoy it. Would that be a valid assumption to make?
If they considered it, that would be no. You'd have to assume that yes. If they assume that rape was okay, then yeah. But that's their interpretation.
Would that make the rape okay?
No, of course not. Doing something against someone's will is never good. That's up to them. That's for them to make that conclusion, not for me to.
Is it valid?
In their mind, it would be yes.
But actually, is it valid?
Oh, hang on. Is it valid to me?
To you?
To them, yes. Obviously, in their mind, they no. In their mind, yes, they is.
Because what you're saying is.
So I'm just asking factually that yes, if you, or no, let's go with me, that I consider rape absolutely fine. Yes, I would have to say then my thought would be valid. So yes, that's the answer to that question. Yes.
So would it be valid?
To me, as an individual that doesn't believe in that, doing something against their will, then I'd have to turn around and say no.
So this is an example that I would say of a moral compass that doesn't work. Now,
how is that? Even though I've just turned around and said I would consider it as wrong, but you're now still saying that I don't have a moral compass.
The guy, the person that read.
The person came to the conclusion.
But then that's judgments that people make in their lives. Like you make judgments every day that some are wrong and some are right. No one's
I don't
perfect.
make those judgments.
No. You make judgments in your life. That could be. So you are literally perfect everywhere you go. You make no mistakes in your life.
You're confusing two things.
I don't know if I am actually.
Let me explain why. I'm not saying that I decide what's right and wrong. That's what you're saying.
No.
Let me finish my point.
I was asking you a question. I wasn't telling you that's what you were doing.
So my point is this. You decide individually what's right and wrong, and other people can decide individually what's right and wrong.
Correct.
They may come to different conclusions than you. They may even consider rape to be okay.
Okay.
And you'd be happy with their decision for themselves.
No. I didn't say I would be happy with it. So now you're completely twisting what I said. So at no point did I turn around and say, you're asking me how I thought about, was it justified in their head? Is it justified? Then yes, it is, because that's in their own thoughts. Do I? Clearly not. Forcing somebody to do something against their will.
He thinks it's right, you think it's wrong. How do you resolve the issue?
Laws. Who arrests them?
Who gives you laws?
The courts.
How do they decide what's right and wrong?
So, again, the analogy, I mug you, I grab your bag and beat you up. You don't like it.
But why do you have to do an interview?
You're hurt, you're crying, you're bloody, you've got nothing, okay? You've got all the money in the world in that bag. You feel wronged. You don't need religion to know that you have felt wrong. You sometimes might have to turn around and go, that's just the rough life I lead, but you ain't happy with it, okay? Because you know, somewhere along the line, when you were 9 years old, playing in the field, and you go, you don't know why, but this feels good. I'm happy with swimming in the sea. I'm happy running around the field. So you don't need to have a religion to turn around and tell you what's right or wrong. It's something that you learn because you know. So then you turn around and go, that guy over there has taken everything that I've got off me, okay? So then you have to hope that someone's going to help me. And someone turns around and goes, shit, we've got no laws here, but what do we do? Let's go and grab him. I tell you what, let's kill him. No, let's not. Let's teach him a lesson. Or in the early days, they would have done. Like it said, like it does in the Quran and the book. No, let me not say the Quran, so round on me. Let's say in the Bible, where God smites people. Let's do a little bit of smiting. Someone a little bit wrong, let's smite the whole lot of them. No, and then people start turning around going, actually, and I think it must be that people just turn around going, that ain't so good. Oh, I tell you what, let's change the story. Let's do the Second Testament, the New Testament, where it's all peace and love and everything else. Let's ignore the first lot with all this rah-rah. Same with the Quran, because there is rah-rah in the Quran as well. You can't get away from that. There are certain things in there that you can pick and choose, okay, which are right and wrong. So, you don't need a religion to turn around. So, no, hang on. So, that is how the laws are made, because we have evolved as some of us have, others haven't. Some of us have. There are certain countries. I'm half Pakistani, and I go to the village. Jesus Christ! And there are times where my cousin, all I'd done was buy her a pair of 501s. Oh my God, what chaos! Oh, I fought my corner as well.
This is irrelevant.
No, I'm just saying.
Let me give it. You've got off the point.
Go on.
I see what it means. If two individuals within your society come to different conclusions about how to deal with a particular issue, you say you go to the law.
Yes.
So my question was, and I'll say it again, how do you decide which laws your society should follow?
At the moment, the knowledge that we have today is how we have evolved by looking at past misdemeanors, past where we now don't put people in stocks. We don't torture people because they've done wrong over the smallest little thing. So that's how we've learned.
So when a society decides something is okay, that makes it okay?
I think the general consensus within reason, but then because we have history and we have been on the planet for quite a while and we've got so much knowledge and so much history, certainly today, then absolutely, yes. I think society would dictate, but we're always evolving. We're always evolving. So it's like, okay, perfect. I've got no issue with gay people. In fact, very proud to say, my first cousin, who is a Muslim, well, no, he's a Muslim, but Pakistani, and he's openly gay, and we're really proud. Okay? What's the problem? We don't have a problem with that. Society doesn't have a problem with that. What? A lot of people do. But things will evolve. Things will evolve.
Let's go back to the point that we have. Because you bring a lot of examples that they're not really relevant. So what I'm saying to you is...
Oh no, help me there. Come on, seriously.
I'll stick by that again. A lot of
no, that was relevant in terms of how we've learned to become where we are now. So this is where I almost think that religion is almost redundant now, personally.
So in society, your laws are achieved by, is it general consensus?
That's why we vote.
General consensus.
That's why we vote.
So when you had, in the Nazi Germany, you had the society agreeing to the actions of their government.
That's a perfect example how one thing, whether it be one book from Mein Kampf or whatever, one book can literally turn a lot of people a little bit bonkers.
So was that society's decision?
You went bonkers without
Was that society's decision right or wrong?
Wrong.
Okay. Why? Because the society decided it was okay.
A localised society it did, but then a lot of people didn't. If you kind of forget, or try not to forget, I'm saying it facetiously here, the Second World War. So a lot of people didn't know, and we didn't have the knowledge, or we didn't have the spread of information as we did now, and the controlling of the information. Even now, the information's controlled. There is so much. You've got to go out and research. You've got to go and look at things.
So you have a society that decides something.
It's whether it's up to you whether you want to read one book or whether you want to read another. It's entirely up to you. Or you can read multiple and make your own consensus.
So when a society, say if this society now came to a conclusion, like the society in Germany, Nazi Germany did, okay, that society decided this action by the government was okay.
Say that again.
That society decided that the action by the government was okay. They were complicit in that. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, as a society, you can't fault them from your position, because as a society they evolved to that understanding.
But don't forget, there was a lot of fear and a lot of threatening. No. You can't just go, yeah, sure. But it was a simple case of either you do as you're told or you die. So it's either he dies or you. And natural instincts would turn around and say, I want to survive.
Sure.
So as much as it pains you, and as much as you don't want to see him go, but you're going to have to. It's either him or you and the rest of your family. So what you do, you turn around and you just go,
Is that what it's saying? It's under duress.
Well, no, I wouldn't say a lot of people believe strongly, passionately, I mean, like, if I say religiously believe that was what they were doing was correct. But general consensus, this is why you get people marching, this is why you people having riots, this is where people turn around and go, actually, no, I'm not happy with it. See, the great thing is that in that sort of modern society, you can do that. There is room for expansion, there is room for manoeuvre, there is room to evolve, there is room to adapt. Whereas in religion, it's in a box and that is it. You can't deviate. You're not allowed to, because either you're threatened with to go over to hell, or you're threatened to do this, you're threatened to do that. You are constantly yourself, based upon the religion, you, without even realising it, you are under duress because you can't deviate. Because you're not allowed to deviate. The moment you do, your religion just pulls you back and go, no.
So, we're going back to the initial issue because you've sort of gone away from it. I'll come back to my position in a minute.
Because I'm not. I think I'm being very clear and concise here.
Exactly.
And very, very fluid and coherent.
I agree with you. You think that. But now let me get back to it.
No. Don't do that. Thank you.
You think that.
Stop it.
So, going back to that issue. So the society decided that it was okay for this action to happen. Okay? Other societies had different views, but we're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about society.
Yeah.
So if this society decided that it was okay to kill 6 million Jews, you have no way to object to that unless you go beyond that society.
Yes.
Agreed?
Correct. Agreed.
This is my
Things
position.
like the UN, things like, there's all these different places.
So we have the same position.
So whereas before it was very insular.
Let me explain my position before you go on. This is my position. Muslims, we have rules and regulations, and they tell us what is right and wrong. Now they don't come from individuals, and they don't come from our society, because we know as individuals can make mistakes, as we agreed, our example that we gave, and we know that societies can make mistakes, as we've seen it in history with Nazi Germany. We need something that transcends humanity, the whole human society, to make sure that the laws that we have are not those laws that cause these horrible things from coming about. Which is why our compass comes from the Creator, a transcendent source of morality. And that's why I can say something clearly that incest is wrong, which you have a problem doing, because you have no basis for your morality. Because you have to decide, does it make sense or not?
Yes. Yeah, so I make it up myself, I don't need to be told. Because I'm sensible enough to make that decision
You
myself.
happen to be. But the guy who's next to you, who thought rape was okay, he doesn't have good faculties. And he's come to a different conclusion.
But, can I say, and this is where one of my bases, this is now 2014, okay? This is not the 6th century where things even weren't written down. Did you know even back then you couldn't, if you spoke with your mouth open, if you spoke read with your mouth closed, that people thought you were a witch. Look at all these weird things that turn around and say you weigh someone that's a duck and blah blah blah, you're a witch and all this that and the other.
Blame that on Christianity, not the Muslims.
But all I'm saying is, all I'm turning around and saying is, my basic
He's talking about religion.
it's now 2014.
So in 2014,
It's 2014 now. You kind of thought that we would have kind of moved away from that to a point.
in 2000 we did too. In 2014, your society, the one we're living at the moment, it allows gambling, it allows alcohol, it allows prostitution, sexual immorality, and interest. All these things it allows, which each of them individually are detrimental to society, terribly, as this man says often, terribly to society. So how is your society involved to do these problems? Whereas 14 centuries ago, a goat herder in the desert said that these things are bad for society and didn't allow them, because he got a revelation from God, which even now we know is correct. So how do you...
anything to any extreme can be bad, okay? Nice glass of wine, lovely. You've got multiple different wines, and they taste just as good as various different apples and juices and everything else. They all taste nice. Gambling, yeah, I would say around and say, yeah, there's issues with that. But then there's people you can go and vote for that.
Say something. I used to work in a bookies, and a little glass of wine that you were spoken about, mixed with gambling, is flipping detrimental. Wages are gone. And what happens is they lose their money, they go drink more.
So what can you do as a society to change that? You can go.
That's the question he was asking.
You can set rules in place that everybody's going to abuse a system, just like in Christianity and in Islam, they abuse the rules, just like they do in modern day society. Not everybody has an issue. No, first off, not everybody on the planet gambles. Not everybody has an issue with it.
That's not the point.
This is society.
I haven't finished my point.
So not everybody has an issue with it, okay? So, yes, the fact that you've got the rules in saying it's bad, but there are certain people within the Quran or believe in Islam, okay, who deviate from what would be classed as not the rules, shall we say, or as society dictates is correct. Abuse of alcohol,
So what you're saying
abuse
is
of gambling,
you've got people that break the law.
basically.
Okay. So in this society, if someone breaks the law, what happens? If someone breaks the law of this society,
All right, let's go. You get arrested.
no, let's say in this society,
I just thought, yeah,
you have a
get
law
arrested.
and you break that law, what happens?
You get arrested.
Oh, okay. What happens in this society if you break a Muslim law?
No idea.
Take fornication for example.
Of course Muslims are going to do these things.
No, there are certain things which are moral, nothing to do with the law. For example, if you adultery, for example, in this country, it's not forbidden. It's not like you'll go to prison for that. But for your wife, that would be a very bad thing. It's a moral thing. It's got nothing to do with the law, which is what you are kind of taking as a defense. Yes. So there are things in society which are immoral, which are wrong. Yet there is no law for them.
So there are no consequences for breaking the rules of Islam.
Oh, there is.
No, if it's...
Hang on. So I'm a bit confused.
well,
So there are consequences.
Okay. Let me explain.
No. Hang on. Because I just want to clarify the point. Because I was just told
explain why.
that if I do something wrong, I will get arrested.
explain why.
And you turn around and say, "Yeah, but in Islam you don't like."
Yeah, I'll explain why.
And then I've just literally within 30 seconds is that there are consequences.
No, because you've missed the whole point.
you're
No.
I'll tell you why you have.
I'm
I'll
not
tell you why you have.
stupid.
I'll tell you why you have.
No. So I'm missing the point.
I'll tell you why you have.
Clear, concise.
Yeah, no, you're right, but
Some
they do
clever
answer
people
it.
can miss
A society run by our leaders today, has laws, yes? And if you break those laws, there's consequences of breaking those laws. But you were speaking about Muslims within the society who break these laws, who break the laws of Islam. Okay. Now, if Islam ruled this country and you broke those Islamic laws, then of course there's going to be consequences as well. That's the point. Whilst Islam has no
What if I
power...
disagreed with those?
Sorry?
What if I disagreed with those?
What happens if you disagree with the law today?
What if I dis? No. I'm asking you a
I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you an example.
What if I broke? So
gonna tell
let's just turn around and say it was Islamic.
I'll tell you. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this society first. Okay.
No.
I'm going to.
Islamic law.
Yeah.
Okay.
That says, okay,
You
Islamic
take
law
example
says
Islamic law.
no drinking alcohol in the streets. Okay.
Fine. Okay.
And you drink alcohol
And
in
I
the streets.
disagree with that.
Yes.
What can I do about
You'll be
it?
arrested.
What can I do about that?
Nothing.
That's it. See the difference in this,
you can
in
stop
this
drinking.
society.
Actually,
Hang on. The difference in this society, okay, that we can protest and vote and get things changed.
Okay. Listen. Listen.
Yeah,
There are areas
we
of
can.
London where you can't drink. Listen.
Yes, we can.
Listen.
I was 16 when we were running for the poll tax, when I knew that... No, don't say who cares, because I did, but I'm giving you a factual example that, yes, things did get changed.
Listen.
And they don't either.
Please.
It's not always
70% of people.
Absolutely.
There were millions of people who protested against the Gulf War.
Okay, listen.
But do you know what?
Do you know what? Nothing was done about
Do you know what? Got a chance. We knew it was wrong. We knew it was ridiculous.
but the important thing is this.
Listen.
But there's no way
I'll
to
explain
change
to you.
that bit.
There's laws today where you can't drink in certain areas. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
What happens if you drink in those areas?
General moral.
They pour it out and get told to move on.
Or you can get arrested if you continue.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Can you protest against that? Really?
Local councillors, yeah. You can change. You can get
No,
things,
you can.
get
Okay.
things changed. Yes.
Oh, okay. You can
The answer
ask.
to your question is yes.
Yes. So you can write to your council, let us drink.
So yes, you can change. Things can evolve and things
Okay.
can move
And
on.
what's your argument to be allowed to drink in the street, for example?
If I wanted to go and sit down and have a glass of
Yeah,
wine,
you're not allowed. The council says you're not allowed to sit in this bench and drink alcohol.
somewhere
You want to
else.
write to the council and say,
go somewhere else.
no.
No. You just asked me a question. I'll go somewhere else.
But the point here is this.
But if I really wanted to, and we thought
You just asked the question earlier, what if I don't like the law? Well, there's a law that you might not like,
Yeah.
but who cares whether you like
local
it or not?
councillor, voting.
Do you think laws are made for you
campaigning
liking them?
and changing? Yes. They're not saying it will, but at least
Do you
you've
think
got a
laws
chance
are made to please you? Really?
Yeah, there's some laws that can be changed.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what laws are there for.
No. You
Please
said
you.
some. No, you said some. Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now, I'll be honest with you. If alcohol wasn't permitted in the streets, it would please me.
Good.
Right. It wouldn't please you.
No.
So, who has the right to be pleased?
Good question. Because you both have your views, so who's going to be pleased?
Individuals again.
That's just the way it is, I suppose.
Ah, right.
The majority, would you say?
Majority?
I'll probably go with the majority, yeah.
So if the Muslim majority said we don't want alcohol in this country, then no alcohol, yeah? According to you.
Yeah, I'll move to Spain.
Talk about this country. So you accept though that the Muslim majority could have said
I wouldn't be here.
where?
I would be in the UK.
What, if Muslim?
Even though I'm not English or British, I'm a Londoner, born and bred, Clapham South. No, do you know what? I tell you what, I wouldn't let it happen.
How can you stop?
Chuck on the streets and march like everybody else, like we always have done before.
But remember, you're the minority.
Yeah, really. Yeah, truly, really. I would never allow, as far as I'm concerned, in the UK, certainly, no. I don't care what happens because I'm a lesson, I'm a born and bred Londoner.
Right.
It runs through my veins.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't allow it to happen in London.
You wouldn't allow Islamic law in London?
No way.
Fantastic. Okay. Do you care about London?
Greatly.
Care about the homeless in London? Care about the homeless in London? The homeless.
Yeah.
What are you doing to help them?
Not a lot.
Nothing. Okay. Do you care about that?
I'm not doing lots and lots, but no.
Well, you might give a few quid here and there.
Yeah.
Buy chicken. The alcoholics of London, what are you doing to help them? Who are you writing to?
No one.
No one, okay. The drug addicts of London.
Go on.
The prostitutes of London.
Yeah, prostitutes London, yes.
The people who...
No, I have done actually about that. Sadiq Khan's got a few letters because we had a few issues down our street, yeah.
No, you didn't help the prostitutes, you just wanted them off the streets. You didn't benefit the prostitutes.
No, you're right,
You moved them on.
Yeah.
You sent them to another guy.
They were quite happy.
No, my point here is this. You only care about yourself and no one else. That's the main point. Alright. Now,
The gambling I'm trying to change.
what about the people who are in debt with debit cards, credit cards, bungalow loans, mortgages they can't pay? What about these people? What are you doing?
Where we vote. This is where you vote, hopefully,
What
for
are
a
you doing
party
to help
that's going to change the laws to suit.
How are you going to change the interest system?
The banks run on that.
How am I going to change interest?
The banking system, yeah. How are you going to change it?
We live in a society where dictates.
Let me explain something to you.
Dictates.
Let me explain something to you. Islam, listen.
There's no movement in it.
No, there shouldn't be.
No, exactly.
It's perfect. That's
This is it. So long as you're happy, then that's
No. It's perfect because it has to be perfect. Because that's why it doesn't need changing. Whereas man law needs to keep being changed because
Trial and error.
I think,
yeah,
do you know what?
trial and error,
I tell you what.
majorities, minorities,
I tell you what. I'll
please the
contradict
people,
myself.
knee-jerk reaction, corruption.
I will contradict myself. Okay.
I like that.
I will contradict myself. I'll go with it so long as everybody is saying exactly the same thing.
That will never happen.
What if I said to you,
That'll be a boring
you're not
world.
Muslim, you're not Muslim?
Even in a non...
Right, all right. So
Even
what if I
in a
said to
I'm
you,
half Pakistani.
what if I said to you,
Sorry, Mrs. On. Hang on. Okay, that's cool. Who am I speaking to?
Darren,
I'm Yusuf.
very nice to meet you.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
It's a lovely Muslim name.
Tell me about it.
I don't think you've seen Darren coming either.
Have you told me you're
I don't think you've seen Darren coming either.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
coming to pick you up?
In London. Certain things don't apply to you because you're not a Muslim. Like for example, in the month of Ramadan, we have to fast, and we can, as Muslims, could probably be stopped in the streets for not fasting. For you, it doesn't matter. But at the same time, there may be alcohol restriction. There's no alcohol in the streets. Yeah. Now, the beautiful thing about Islam, you see, it is not a man making laws to benefit himself. It is the Creator showing His creation what harms and benefits them. Now, you made a beautiful point earlier about the alcohol. Oh, a glass of wine is alright, different apples and different juices, it's better. Beautiful. Allah says in the Quran, even though there's benefit in it, a little bit of benefit, the harm is greater.
Okay.
So that's why alcohol is forbidden. Alright. And Allah acknowledges the benefit.
But you also don't need a book to turn around and go, you drink too much, you fall over, you smack your head on that, you go, do you know what, I ain't gonna do that again. Oh, well, that's a bit much, the room's spinning, don't like it that much. But not everybody. But not everybody.
No one said it.
And a lot of people don't.
There are some people,
You know, most of the alcoholics,
I'll give you an example. Okay, some people get an iPhone 5 or whatever it is, the latest 5S, and they're wizards. They can pick up the phone, they know everything that's doing it. Yeah. Other people are living with a book. Yeah. Now, even you without the book, and you know what you're doing, you're still not going to have what they have, because if they go through the book, they know every single bit that phone does. You'll happen across stuff. They'll know stuff. All right. They'll know how to keep it safe and what not to, where to put it. They'll know if it breaks, which number to call. You won't. All right. But you can get through. I agree. Yeah. But
Managed so far.
Huh?
Managed so far.
But he with the manual will get through better.
How?
Because he will have a place to go when it goes wrong.
Where will he go?
The number that's on the book.
And where's that book taken? What is that
The
number?
manual that came with the phone.
So basically you're saying like go to the...
I'm saying to you...
To the Quran, to the mosque,
No.
to the...
I'm saying
No,
to you...
that's roughly...
No, I'm giving you an idea.
I'm getting a rough idea
The
of that.
idea
Yeah,
is
thank
this.
you.
The idea is this. An iPhone 5 comes with a manual, yeah?
No, I've got it.
You get the point.
Completely
All right.
understood.
Now, I'll give you an
Completely
example.
understood the point.
I've got 2 daughters. I've got a 4-year-old and I've got a 10-year-old. I've got a bit of problem with my support, right? So I put those glue traps down, to trap.
Right.
Anyway, my 4-year-old's a klutz. When she goes in that kitchen, I go, what's that? I've got to guide her all around the kitchen to avoid the glue. Right. My 10-year-old, no worries, I don't have to mess around. Outside, now my 10-year-old needs me to tell her what's going to benefit and what's going to harm her, okay? Because she can't comprehend danger. All right. Now, me as an adult, who guides me? Who gives me that blanket of comfort?
But you're almost saying that you're almost reinventing yourself every second, that you haven't lived a life that you are roughly, I don't know, you're about 44, 45 maybe, give or take. Are you older?
Oh, I'm older than 44, 45.
So how old are you? 40. Anyway, so you're implying that you just haven't lived the last 40 years, so you constantly need to be told.
No.
So you learn.
I'm not saying that.
So you learn.
I'm not saying that.
So you knew when your father
I'll give
turned
you an
around
example.
to you and said,
I'll give you an example.
You didn't need a book for that.
If I was a Muslim practicing Islam, yeah, you see that scar there? I wouldn't have it. Right? Simple. I wouldn't have that scar there. Why? Because I got that pissed up on my one of my 22nd or 23rd birthday in the pub and smashed a pint pot and I cut my hand. Okay. If I was a Muslim practicing Islam,
And what did you do when that happened?
I went to hospital.
And did you go out and get pissed the next week and the next week and the next week?
Yeah.
A bit more careful
Because that's what you do.
still as reckless?
Because that's what you do. But then guess what happens? Okay, let's talk about alcohol.
That's what you do.
That's what everyone does.
Speak for yourself.
If anyone drinks alcohol on their birthday, whether they'll go out with their workmates, they'll go out with their family, they'll drink something.
Not necessarily, but go on, carry on.
Oh, okay. So the point here is this, with regards to this kind of thing.
You can't tarnish everybody with the same brush.
Sorry?
Like, you can't tarnish everyone with the same brush.
That's the point.
You're implying. So there you
What
go.
you're implying is everybody has the willpower of you, and everyone has the wisdom of you, and everyone has the social upbringing and social conditioning of you.
I still have to learn. I still have to read. I still have to.
Yes, I understand.
Go for it. Some people don't, and then the laws dictate where you got the officers, the courts, the signs on the wall. So some people turn around, and some people make mistakes, and then someone comes up and goes, "Actually, you do that." You know.
Do you think everyone should live the way you live?
Do what you like. No.
No, you don't. Okay, I think everyone should live.
Oh, actually, I actually have a reasonably good life. But anyway, so.
All right, do you have a...
I eat well, nice house. Yeah.
Married?
Do you know, I tell you what.
Married?
No. Do you know what? Absolutely. Yes, everyone should live my life. Because my life is actually pretty cool.
Okay, and are you going to give everyone the money to live the way you live?
If I had it, love to.
Right, but is that possible?
If I had it, then yes.
If you didn't have the money you have, could you still live the way you live?
I do, and I try to spread.
If you didn't have it initially, you had no background.
No, I couldn't do it. No.
So basically, you're a product of your social conditioning, your environment, your look at the draw, whatever, the family heritage, whatever it is, I don't know. But you're a result of that. If you didn't have that, which way of life would you be on? You don't know. Yeah? Okay. What I'm proposing is my way of life applies to everyone.
But that's completely hypothetical.
No.
I'm just turning around. I'm just turning. No, you turn around and say if I didn't have this and this, I wouldn't know.
No, but there are people who don't have this and this. That's the point.
Right.
Yeah. So someone next to you.
Doesn't mean they're any less or have as bad a life as me.
What it means is
when I go to a village in Pakistan. Oh my God! I go to a village in Pakistan. Do you know what? Those people seem far happier than me, paying my bills, dealing with the neighbours, dealing with everything else. So monetary value. Monetary value means nothing. Just because I've got a PlayStation. I lived on a small little island on the River Thames. Okay, I lived in a wooden hut. It wasn't a hut. It was actually quite a nice house, but it was on a little island. Okay, I had to cross a lock, cross a weir. I'm literally looking up the River Thames, and I used to stand there and go, why can't everybody have
Where'd you get the hut
this?
from?
Huh?
Where'd you get the hut from?
You live a life. Anyway.
No. My point is this, you see. I say to you again, what I'm proposing, applies to every single person, whether they have money or not. Okay, because with what you've got, you can probably escape certain scenarios in certain situations. Okay, but if people don't have that same kind of backup, then they can't. All right.
They can.
Right.
They want
No, but the beautiful thing about Islam, and you are right, some people can drink alcohol, and some people, and it's fine. Some can gamble responsibly, and some can't. So, with your way of life, you allow the doorway for people to become victims of that poison. Okay. My way of life closes the door for anyone to become victims of that poison. That's the difference. So what you're saying about London, see, my way of life for London will remove alcoholism and drug addiction, and prostitution, and the gambling, and the interest, and all of these poor people who are in debt to their eyeballs, and to get the money they borrow payday loans.
But I wish I knew more about it, but won't it bring other things which kind of are almost going back like 600
Give me an
years?
example.
No, that's just, I preceded that with my comment that I don't know.
Like we said about...
I'm sure, do you know what? Just don't forget that book was written, okay,
1400 years ago.
1400
By
years
whom?
ago.
Authored by whom?
Irrespective.
Oh, no, irrespective or not.
No. Okay.
If God offered that book,
What they knew then. No. What they knew then, 1400
Okay, now you're
years ago.
implying men 1400 years ago wrote it.
No. All I'm saying is, something written 1400 years ago is not what we know now.
Something authored by...
Don't forget,
Okay, listen.
back then, and I'm going to do the usual thing, is when people thought that the Earth was the centre of the universe.
Okay.
We know differently.
Alhamdulillah.
So, all I'm saying is, things have moved on.
No, it's the point you make. You make a point. You keep attacking Christianity. Stop it. Anyway.
And then you turn around and say, don't do this, don't do that. All these little things, which are actually irrelevant to today's life.
You said a book written 1400 years ago. Your implication is this.
They didn't have the printing press then. It was all word of mouth. It spread around everywhere.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I know exactly what you mean. So the point that you're trying to imply...
thank you. I'm glad you acknowledged that.
No, I acknowledge what you're trying to say.
Good.
All right.
You agree
You're trying
with
to... Of course I don't.
So you still think that we revolve around...
No.
You agree with that?
No, I agree with the fact that
okay.
there was no printing press and this and that. Okay. But
And it's word of mouth.
But what you're implying is...
No, I shouldn't say that. Sorry.
Say what you like, man. Okay, but what you're implying... You hang yourself, don't worry about it.
No, I'm not hanging myself, no.
Anyway, what you're implying is that the Quran could only have come together by men in the desert 1400 years ago who only had certain limited knowledge, maybe a bit of barbarism about them, so they added these vicious beatings and whatever they added.
Is that the way it happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's if you believe that.
Oh, okay.
You see, if God authored that book, then it doesn't matter 1400 years, 3000 years, 10,000 years. God is God. God knows everything anyway. So whatever applies then applies now. All has changed between 1400 years. I say all has changed.
I would love to
Shall I tell you all
read
has changed?
that book and see if certain things
Shall I tell you
apply
what?
then.
Do you understand the word civilization?
You should. And then
Somehow I don't
Do you
remember.
understand-
criticize it.
And there'll be certain things where I just go, wow, we've got technology that gets over that
Right.
problem. We understand
Which
medical
problem?
science.
Which problem?
No, I'm just saying
No.
metaphorically. Yeah.
Do you understand what civilization is?
Yes.
What?
People, buildings, governments.
No, that's not civilization. Okay, civilization is justice within a society. That's civilization.
All right, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay, it's not laptops, it's not fast cars and Ferraris and iPads. These are just things.
So what was it?
Justice within a
Oh,
society.
so that goes on to the point that I was making about making up laws to ensure that society
Now, what it goes on to mean
looks
is
after
that
itself. So
we are no more
I was saying
civilized.
that about 5
We are
minutes
no
ago.
more civilized now in this country than we was 1400 years ago. People are still oppressed, racism still exists, all of these things, women are oppressed still, yeah? The class system's just the same, the poor get used, abused, the rich get richer, nothing's changed. All has changed, we got an iPad and an Xbox keep us happy.
Really?
An X Factor on a Saturday.
Really? You're saying that it hasn't changed from certain incidences that happen around the world, that you're saying that the whole world hasn't changed and evolved?
Do you think there's justice in the world today?
There is an element of justice in the world,
All right.
but geographically...
Okay, I'm going to use your country as an example. Can I use your country as an example?
Geographically,
Let me use your country as an example.
Geographically, it may not.
Let me use your country as an example.
Certain,
Pakistan, yeah?
in certain geographic places, no, it
But let me use
doesn't.
your Pakistan as an
But
example.
then that is all to do with wealth and power.
Let me use your Pakistan as an example about there's no justice in the
And
world.
people come along thinking that they know more than the other
Can I use
person,
it as an example?
impressing themselves.
You heard of Malala Taylor?
Who?
Malala Taylor.
Yes.
How do you know her? Who is she?
She is awesome. Young girl, father as a teacher, the Taliban turned around, so they wanted, or whoever it was, wanted to close all the schools down, and she stood there and turned around and said, no, I'm not having that. And she got shot, and amazing orator,
Nobel Prize.
wonderful, good for her.
A Nobel Prize winner, okay.
Lovely.
Do you think you would know her name if you got hit by a drone?
No,
So where's the justice?
there is no justice in that.
Thank you. So you agree with me there's no justice?
No justice in that particular point.
Right. Well,
Yes.
that's quite a big point.
I'm just clarifying.
The point
But I
is
don't
this.
get what the point in
rich,
that is.
Okay, that's like I said to you. The rich are the ones who decide what happens, justice is, and the poor just get used and abused. So if they can use Malala Taylor for their advantage, they will. And if she gets hit by a drone, okay, let's find someone else. Yeah, there is no justice. And that's exactly what happened back in the day. The rich do what they want, the poor get used and abused.
So that's the drone being, I'm assuming like
US drone strike.
a US drone, okay, attacking people
A wedding party.
because of, generally speaking, Islamic fundamentalists. Oh no, hang on.
No.
Oh no, you can turn around and say it was for the oil, whatever, blah
Do
blah
you
blah.
know the Geneva Convention? Every country has a right to defend itself.
No. Let's be realistic.
We're talking about the
this.
collateral damage.
Let's hang on.
We're talking about wedding parties that get bombed.
Yeah, but why were they being bombed?
Oh, the collateral.
Because the US made a mistake thinking that there was some kind of terrorist organisation when it was just a wedding.
Oh, hang on. Afghanistan. No, I could turn around and say that would have been maybe in Iraq, but listen, that's in Afghanistan.
No, Afghanistan.
Okay, fine. So why were they attacking Afghanistan?
Why?
Why?
Why do you think they were?
No. I asked you that question.
Yeah, but it was a loaded
I
question.
asked you that question.
Why do I think they attack
That's not a
Afghanistan?
loaded question. I'm asking you
Why do I
were attacking Afghanistan.
Because I
Simple
think,
question.
all right, I'll tell you. I think the biggest threat to the West and the capitalist way of life is one, Islam, because it destroys the craving train of capitalism and this democracy and all this corruption.
Why were they attacking Afghanistan?
Why did they invade Afghanistan?
No. That drone, for example, why were they attacking Afghanistan?
Because they claim Osama bin Laden was there.
Osama bin Laden
Being who?
the leader of something, blah blah blah.
Well, depends on-
under the banner.
Well, no,
under the,
we're going to justice
do you
again.
know what?
I'm sorry, we're going to justice again.
Hang on,
Because
hang on
he
a
used to be the darling of the US.
Fine.
It was a freedom fighter.
Under the banner.
Do you know what terrorist is?
Under the banner of Islam, okay, being attacked by Christians. Generally, you would have to turn around and say, generally, the society is a Christian society.
No.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Seriously.
I mean, let's go along with it.
All right.
That's government policy in America.
No, it's not.
No, I'm saying generally, because just like they turn around and say, oh, nobody in Afghanistan don't believe in what the Taliban are actually doing, but you've got to agree partially that it's generally considered that America is a Christian society. Thank you. And then you would agree that the people they were attacking.
I can't give you that point. In Christianity, being drunk is against Christianity. So how can you have a society like America that has drunks and everything everywhere, and it's allowed, and yet drunkenness is against Christianity? It makes no sense. And adultery is against Christianity. So how can you have a country like America and homosexuality and pornography are all against the teachings of Christianity? So no, I'm not allowing to say America is a Christian society because it isn't.
Okay, let's say allegedly. Can we move on?
About that question about Afghanistan.
No, let me get
No, hold on.
No,
Why is it when the Alliance were in power, why didn't America attack Afghanistan then?
Hey, what people do is entirely,
Hold on.
We're moving away from the main point.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that
I've had everybody has had
All I was trying to
1,000
say
million
about the
arguments
justice. All I was
as to the reason why one done
Back to the
one,
main
and we
point.
know it was all wrong.
All right, forget Afghanistan. I didn't say Afghanistan.
and we all
I said
we all
Pakistan.
know that.
I
And
said
if you
Malala
thought it
Taylor.
was,
And forget the reasons why. All I'm saying to you is this: the justice is not there for that poor little Pakistani girl that wasn't Malala Taylor. She was hit by a bomb. We'll never know her name, and we'll never have candles for her. There's no justice for her. There's justice for Malala Taylor in this other scenario, but for her, we will never know. So there's justice for some and not for all.
But when you say that, the fact that she had to cover up the Islamic writing, it's only when she returned 30 years later, 40 years later, that they haven't covered it all and realised.
How long Islam was in Spain?
400 years? Was it 800 years?
Now, if you want to take this idea of Islam in London, why is Islam in Spain? And how these Muslim Jews and Christians lived in that empire. And what happened when the Muslims had to leave to the Catholics, why did these Jews and non-Catholic Christians ask to come to the Muslims? Because they had justice, and they had protection, and they had civilization.
Or was that just tolerance for both of them, and they were both taking the good out of each other? Because I never lived 800 years ago, so we're only going a little bit by hearsay.
The history of Spain, very, very quickly, I don't want to really jump on top of it, but the history of Spain is the Catholics were forcing people to convert to Catholicism, and there were Jews and Orthodox Christians, whomever they could find. The Gnostic Christians were a big victim of it, So if you weren't a Catholic, Spanish Inquisition would come and torture you and kill you. The Muslims were asked by the Gnostics to come over and help them. The Muslims came, defeated the Catholic armies, and remained for 800 years. According to, I think it's Dr. Weierstein in the Jewish Chronicle, he wrote a beautiful article, and it's called "What Did Islam Do for the Jews?" And in that article, he explains how without Islam, the Jews would have been slaughtered throughout Europe. But they got a haven with the Islamic Empire in Spain, and there they were flourished. They were allowed to practice their religion, research their religion, and there's a renaissance. Now this is the key indication of how Islam treats non-Muslims in an Islamic environment. But at the same time, no alcohol, this and that. But believe it or not, you can't live without alcohol. But coming back to talking about alcohol, right? You know I said about this.
Whatever happened.
Listen,
I wasn't really like whiskey.
Listen, I used to work in Balaraki, back in the day, and I worked in Zakynthos as well, bar work, dancing in the bar. Anyway.
So what happens if I disagree with you try to bowl it to London and I disagree with that? What happens to me? What makes you impose your laws? I can't. No, you can't. So what? So what can we do then?
The only way will happen then. The only way will happen. I'll tell you what will happen is when this country.
So you're going to impose upon me?
Listen.
That's what you're going to do?
No. Listen.
No, that's what you are hoping.
No. Listen. This country is deteriorating, and it's not getting better. It's getting worse. So where we had alcohol drinking, now we've got 24-hour drinking. Where we had a bit of gambling, now
one of the most open societies and countries anywhere, as far as I'm concerned.
So why is the suicide rate increasing?
Monetary.
Blah, blah, blah. So if it was really that best society and open, it should go down, not up. Don't you agree?
I'm saying to you, alcohol consumption now in this country is off the scale. The binge drinking. I was going to read an article about the women now who are now imitating the men on the streets, getting pissed off and fighting. Go to any A&E on a Friday, Saturday night to see the results of this. So it's not getting better, it's getting worse. Now the government in their wisdom say 24-hour drinking. Alright, so you can drink no anything. I remember a time you couldn't buy alcohol on a Sunday.
Anyway, that's just one point.
Listen.
Because you can drink on the street.
I'm telling you the major point.
Friday and Saturday night in some London, some UK towns.
Every Friday, Saturday, A&E is packed full of drunken, disorderly people. Which affects poor people who have got genuine accidents and stuff. So they're clogging up the NHS system. Needlessly, just for their own gratification.
So you're hitting the big bullet points here. You're hitting the headline points here. The interest rates because of the banks and adultery or whatever else. Yeah, you're doing that. We all know that's bad.
No, that's not the point.
No,
that's not the point.
These are all headline moments.
That's the point.
These are all headline moments. What about all the other laws?
That's not the point.
Say there's all of those laws, but then you bring another 30 laws that I disagree with.
Just listen.
What can I do if I disagree with you?
Please listen. Because you're talking, you don't listen. No, I'm making a point. The point, you're not getting the point.
Go.
The reason I'm mentioning those major points of alcohol, I mean even drugs now, they're considering decriminalising personal use now. And eventually it will become legal, drugs. The gambling now, I used to be a gambling addict. Before I was a Muslim, I was a gambling addict. And I remember, you had to have minimum trebles on the football, there was tax on betting and everything like that. Now, oh my god, betting, play, this, that, tablets, bet anytime you want, bet anything you like. I've never known gambling so bad. Now,
it's going to seriously bad.
And it's going to get worse.
It will get worse.
We got ITV in the evening. You got the roulette wheels going around.
So we know that gambling is bad.
I know you don't like gambling. I know you've got a problem with gambling. Anyway, so that's getting worse. Now let's look at the interest dealings we're getting now. Before it was just mortgages. Then we had the big credit crunch where people lost their houses. So now we're into the debit cards, credit cards, store cards now. Now we've got longer payday loans where people are borrowing money so they can pay off their credit card, and the interest on that is like something else. Okay, it's getting worse. All right.
And so what? And sexual morality now is going bizarre. Yeah, you know, it's not just a man if he loves another man now get married, children, this that. And the family's getting deteriorated now. You know, the one man, one woman, children. It's gone out the window now. Okay. So that's getting worse. So what I'm saying to you is this: there will come a time where people will realise it can't get any worse. We have to do something. Now, what can we do to stop this? What can we do to stop this sexual morality getting more worse? What can we do to stop this gambling getting worse? What can we stop this alcohol abuse getting worse? You're going to start looking for solutions. Now, who do you look to? You look to your leaders for solutions right now. And who are your leaders? Cameron and cronies, yeah? And they say, drink, yeah, don't worry. Now, when you tell people you can drink, they're saying it's safe. And it isn't safe. People die. How many people die? Where's my doctor?
A lot of people die.
A lot of people die. Okay. But your government's acting like it's safe. So the people are going to come to a point to look for a solution. And the only solution...
When the government go to vote
the people will revolt.
The constitution and then
the
you go out and vote and say we actually
the people will look for an answer to their problems, and the only answer to that problem, the only thing that prohibits these poisons is Islam and nothing else. And people are embracing Islam every day, and they're realising how it works. Now, I'm going to give you an example of alcohol. One example. I used to drink alcohol, yeah? Like I said, I worked in bars. All right.
No.
But listen, please.
No. We've done the alcohol in the game. And then Islamic law will come in and change it all. That's brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. That's great. But what if there are a load of things that I disagree with?
For example?
No. I'm just saying if. Say if there are a load of things I disagree with.
There is nothing you can do if the council or the government implement a law. There's nothing you can do about it now. Nothing. So you can do nothing.
Why not?
What can you do? You can protest. Okay. And then what?
You can get, no. But I'm just saying.
What will change?
No. Hang on. You said there's nothing you can do. I'm just saying, yes, physically, right now, yes, there is, and there is a chance that I could. And I've just turned.
All you can do is break their laws.
And all I've just turned. No. You can campaign to get the laws changed. Thank you. And in Islam, there is no change.
Oh, there's no change.
You disagree with something? No change.
No.
Okay. So I don't know which one's better.
No, but
the difference is,
changing
you see,
than not changing.
if you find something that is objectionable for the last 1400s in Islam, which is as something as a rule,
what do you think that
then we can talk about it. But right now,
no. I'm just saying that.
What I'm saying to you is this.
Because all I hear about are the main headlines. But what about? I don't know.
give us an example so we can understand.
I'll ask you for an example. So
Okay, let's say the government of Islam of London say.
Is there anywhere that you can turn around and give me the rules of the things I can and can't do?
As a Muslim or a non-Muslim?
No, as a Muslim.
You're not Muslim.
No. I'm just saying. I would like to know all the laws.
What the government can force you to do.
No.
He's asking if he was a Muslim, then who would give him the laws?
And what are those laws?
Okay, no drugs.
What would I have to drink? I live by.
Okay, no drugs, no alcohol,
Right.
no sexual morality.
Okay, headline.
No interest stealing. Okay.
Headline. That's four things.
No stealing.
Okay.
No, but that's not crime. That's not state crime.
Treason.
No killing. No treason. No beating. Yeah.
No
So
treason.
the basic stuff.
Exactly, basically what you already are following.
So the basic stuff that
you already
had
Basic
today.
stuff that you're
Exactly.
following with the added protection from the 5 poisons which are destroying the society. Yes.
So what you are perceiving that is all
you're
wrong.
living in a society at the moment that, apart from obviously you have to understand the gambling and everything else, but you're living in that sort of society now anyway, are you not? So,
But this is
that's it.
these 4 headlines are destroying the
Well, you should be
society.
happy now.
No, but those headlines I said are destroying the society.
Destroying the society.
Around me.
There's a few things. Like I said, not everybody drinks, not everybody gambles.
If you look at the recent polls, 75% of the NHS revenue goes into training directly or indirectly alcohol-related incidents. So you cannot say that these are just trivial.
It didn't stop me from 3 operations I've had, but
But then you got to look at.
But these are not trivial. These are headlines, like you
10%
say.
people in prison were abusing alcohol or drugs when they did their crime. So you got.
It destroys families. It destroys
The adult street
relationships. You
breaks
name
up
it.
families. I mean, most criminals come from broken homes.
And look at the children.
Most gangmen
When they
come
grow
from
up, they suffer and they go
so
into the same.
those are the basic ones. Is it a rule that you've got to pray 5 times a day?
There's no state rule. I don't think it's a capital offence, or not capital, should I say? It's not a state.
Yeah, it's not a capital
I don't think the state can enforce that.
So it's,
How do they know whether you're praying?
Hang on. So did you just say you don't think they could?
No.
you know the 5 times prayer is a personal
It's
responsibility.
with you and Allah.
It's between you and your God.
No
if
one
you
knows
don't do
whether
it,
you
you
know
won't
or
be put in jail for that.
Do you understand? But if, for example, it's Ramadan and eating on the streets.
I'd like to, there must be a whole list of rules that, apart from coming in and saying, let's get rid of the gambling, let's not do
No,
the
there's
interest
not.
rate, blah, blah, blah.
Actually, it's as basic as that. Many people think that Sharia is really bad, but when you come to think of it, these headlines
The
are the
only
main
times it becomes bad for. Let me tell you, Sharia is
Why
bad
do you have
for.
to why do you have to campaign for that under the banner of Islam? Why can't you just do that normally?
Because men will not listen to men. If man tells another man, don't drink alcohol, they'll do what you do, I like.
But who will listen? What you're saying, that people listen to a God?
Sorry?
Is that what you're saying? That people
Sorry,
only
sir,
listen
did
to
you
a
understand
God?
the question he's asking?
Yes, he said to me, if I remember.
No, what not campaign against what?
So what, if you're not happy about all these things, and you
alcohol
want to change
drugs,
things, yeah. So why don't you just campaign
But this is not a
against
Muslim
that
country. Why should
right
we
now?
But this is not a Muslim country.
Exactly. Why should we campaign?
We can't force a non-Muslim country
What I'm saying is, why you have to do it under the banner of Islam?
Because these rules are Islamic.
Why don't you just do it? Why don't you just do it as a responsible?
Tell him about the Sharia.
Citizen.
First thing.
Why don't you just do that?
Okay,
If you're that against it, why don't you do it like that?
Okay, first
Why do you need the banner
First
of
thing, okay, I'll explain. Let's imagine this is a Muslim country, yeah, and you remain as a non-Muslim. Yeah, you've never been a Muslim.
Yeah, that's what they said in Turkey before.
I'm going to Turkey next week.
Okay,
I am seriously.
right. So this was a Muslim country, and you weren't a Muslim. You lived there, and you like the rules, no gambling and something like that, and you got through it. Yeah, you're still going to hell when you die. So Islam is not about being happy-clappy here. It is part of it. But I'm not a Muslim today because I don't drink alcohol. I'm not Muslim today because I believe in a creator. I believe in the day of judgment. I believe in my grave. I believe in the angel of death. I believe in all of these things. So it just happens to be that what I bring in as a total solution for the situation in England is from God Almighty. And that happens to be in the Quran. And that happens to be revealed from Muhammad. And the people who follow Muhammad are Muslims.
It's basically, it's like a basket of apples.
But see, that's where I would completely.
I'll tell you the difference. I'll tell you the difference. I'll tell you the difference.
I don't believe in.
You don't believe in a creator. You believe the universe created itself, and yet you have no evidence of that either.
Yeah, nor do you.
Well, I don't have evidence of the universe creating itself. I agree.
All the only thing you've got is a book.
I'll tell you what I have. I'll tell you what I have.
All you have is a book.
I'll tell you what I have.
And no disrespect to anyone. Let's not
Yes, sir.
get. But
Yes,
all
sir.
you have is a book.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what I have.
I can write a book.
I'm not even going to mention the Quran. How's that? All right, I'm not going to mention the Quran. I'll tell you what I
Just 'cause it's
have.
written there.
I'll tell you what I have that refutes you without mentioning Islam or the Quran. All right. I have the laws of physics, the laws of or laws of the universe. Then, listen,
How do I not have that?
I'll tell you why you don't. They're against you. I'll tell you why.
No, but the laws of physics are absolute.
Let him finish, he'll explain.
Okay. I have the laws of physics and the laws of the universe.
Everybody has that. But anyway, go on.
But they're against you and for me, that's the point.
How can the laws of physics be against
I'm
me?
going to prove it. If you listen. Just listen, you'll get it.
Yeah, you get it.
The laws of physics and the laws of the universe prove categorically there is no power within this universe capable of causing its existence, firstly. Which means,
Really?
yes,
Oh wow, that's an impressive statement. But go on. So there's no physical
I'll allow you to
power.
stop.
You're saying there's no physical power. There's no physical power
Yep.
that can explain.
There's no
or
law.
create.
There's no law of the universe that can explain how this universe could have come from a Big Bang.
Okay. All right.
Which means the laws of physics and the laws of the universe dictate there must be another power that we are unaware of.
Which we're unaware of.
Yes.
At the moment we are unaware
Right.
of.
Well,
Which
we
we can still find out.
At
but
the moment it's
we are
today,
unaware of.
and I'm
Yes.
talking today.
Fine.
Right.
So I'm glad you said at the moment we're unaware.
Right. Well, today is today, and tomorrow is tomorrow. Are you alive today or tomorrow? Today. We're talking about today, aren't we? What
As
we
the
know
seconds
today.
goes, we can find something else out.
But we're here today. Right.
I agree with that.
And science by nature gets it wrong and changes anyway. But anyway. Right. So the laws of the universe.
Which is a good thing.
What?
As we evolve, we learn and we move on.
Okay.
So
Wouldn't it be better to get it right first time?
Yeah. Without
Well, I
trying to
don't know
narrow.
about. All right, go on. Yeah, but you're saying laws of physics are
Evidence. Okay, so my evidence of a power outside of the universe is the laws of physics. Now, what is your evidence of that goes against this idea?
Say that again.
Carry on. sorry.
It's a force.
A force unknown, not a power.
Semantics.
Carry on. That is semantics.
A force and energy and power.
So the physics are against me.
So, no, that's what I'm saying. So, I am not believing the universe couldn't create itself because the Quran says so. Because I say the universe couldn't create itself because the laws of physics say so.
Yet, at the moment.
Well, we're here today.
No. As far as we understand right now, yes.
Yes.
But
So
tomorrow,
you agree?
tomorrow could
But
change.
you believe the universe created itself.
See, 'cause your book won't change, but whereas science can.
Well, you believe the universe created itself.
No, I didn't say that.
So do you agree with the laws of physics that it can't create or not?
I'm not saying anything because I don't know the full
No,
facts.
but today.
Right now?
Yeah.
No idea.
All right.
Right now, no idea.
So right now, you have no idea whether or not the laws of gravity or the laws of electromagnetism could cause the universe to exist when the cosmologists, scientists say we don't know?
Correct. I don't know. I agree with scientists.
So you agree?
I don't know.
Right, so you agree?
As like the scientists.
Whatever caused this universe to come into existence is not from within this universe. It's a power much greater than this universe.
No, I'm not saying that. I'll go
Why are you saying that?
No.
A force, power, energy.
My exact first statement was, I do not know.
Okay, you do not know.